जहां एक दूसरे की ढाल बनके धंधा बढ़ाना लोगों की आदत है, जहां हर संकट को अवसर में बदलना लोगों की फितरत है, जहां मेहनत, लगन और परिश्रम से लोग खुद लिखते अपनी किस्मत है। व्यापार लोक में आपका स्वागत है।
Welcome to Vyapaar Lok. This is a conversation about people in Olympus, what makes them successful in business and also at networking. Today we have Pravit Parikh, who is the director with Pima Controls Private Limited. Pravit is an alumnus of Nirma Institute of Technology and Georgia Tech. He was a chair at YI, which is a chapter by CII, and at Olympus he's been an ex-president and has been with the chapter since 7 years. Pravit, it's a real pleasure to have you today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
That's great. So Pravit, if I have to play on your phone right now, what song would you play?
Believer
By Imagine Dragons.
by Imagine Dragons.
That's a good song. Any reason why do you have this song?
I don't know. It's been something that I heard about. I would say 2-3 months back, and since it's just caught on, my kids have caught on. Every time they turn on my phone, and that's the song they want to play too.
It is.
So it's just and the words resonate. You got to give it your best. You got to take the punch, get up and fight. You have to believe in yourself. So I think it's a fantastic song too.
Yes, and I think it also works well with the Believers Deliver hashtag.
I didn't think about
campaign
that, yeah,
we have
but
right
yeah.
now. So Pravit, for somebody like you who's a part of a high growth business, and also you're a launch director with BNI, and you have launched 2 chapters. You're in the process of launching 2 more. How do you manage your schedule? What's your productivity model?
Well, so you have to first identify the amount of time that you're going to sort of give to that exercise. It might change a little bit depending on where you are with your targets, with your goals. But in a sense, what you need to do is you need to have process. So I think all of this drives down to having a process. So whether it's business or BNI, and BNI is fantastic with process. Dad started this culture of having process within the organization, being a process-driven organization. And we, since then, brother and I have sort of, tried to make sure that this process stays. That's how you're able to delegate. And that's how even things happen without you being involved in it all the time.
So Pravit, something all of us want to know. What do you eat? How can you be so mature and worldly wise? What is it that you eat every day?
So on the golf course, it is masala oats prepared the way I like it. And today for breakfast, since you're very interested, I had avocado on toast.
You're a millennial. So jokes apart, as in every business, people go through challenges and they evolve. For you, what has been the single most learning experience so far?
Oh, that's great. So about 7-8 years back, we had decided to foray a little bit into software. So there was a software company that we invested in, and I was looking after that business. It was direct competition to the Microsofts and the SAP B1s, the entry level.
Right.
And coincidentally, that's where I met Chinmay Bhuta, and that's how I got introduced to BNI. But so that's, so this was close to about 10 years back. So I invested a lot of time, we invested a lot of money, we got a lot of clients, but we were not able to close it. We were not able to close projects.
Right.
So we probably got more companies signed up than a Microsoft or SAP, because I talked to some senior people at SAP, and that's what the numbers they shared. But we were not able to close it, like I said. So we were burning a lot of cash, and eventually we had to sort of step back and sort of pull out of it. So I invested a good 3 years into that business. A lot of learnings from the software front, but a lot of learnings on the business aspect as well. In terms of, thinking the business versus knowing how the business is. Sometimes the customer, but that business is run completely differently.
Right.
There are a lot of nuances in business which you need to understand before you get into something new. And we are always, I'm a big advocate of trying different things and new
Right.
things, even with your own business. I mean, you are also doing that phenomenally well with Agniforma. But so that's something that was a huge learning. It put me back 3 years, but I think I came out 3 years more mature.
Right.
Had it been only successes, had we actually happened, I would not have come back with the business learnings that I did.
Interesting. So, Pravit, one thing that I really wanted to ask, been meaning to ask, there are a lot of common things between us. If you've noticed, we both went to a school. We both went to Nirma Institute of Technology. We both went to Georgia Tech, right? We both came back.
Absolutely.
We both married girls from Bombay.
Right.
We both came to Olympus.
Uh-huh.
We both became presidents. We sent both our kids to Eklavya.
Right. Oh, wow.
So now I'm looking at you, I'm thinking, what's your next move? What do I need to do?
Inorganic growth, man. That's one of the biggest things that I'm really focusing on is business expansion by geography and inorganic growth. But, that's on the serious side. But on the, you're a golfer too. So I think
Common thing.
you need to now become a single digit handicapper.
Yes.
So that's kind of a target that you need to pick up.
I'm not going to count
Because it's a mental game, like we both know, it's a mental game. You're playing against yourself, and there is no better place to meditate than with you focusing on the golf. At least for me, it's phenomenal. 5
I
o'clock
agree.
in the morning, beautiful.
The serenity is amazing.
Absolutely.
So a lot of BNI talks. Now let's get on to some fun part wherein we'll be asking you a few rapid fire and
Okay.
let's see how it goes. Yes. So the first question is, if not a businessman, what would you be?
Professional golfer.
Ooh, that's nice. Favorite movie?
Recent times, Inception.
Okay. Favorite dialogue?
रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप का.
That's a nice one, I would say. First thing you notice in a person?
Posture.
A big no-no when dealing with a person?
Eye contact. Lack of eye contact.
Bollywood or Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Whiskey or wine?
Gin.
Gin, okay. Funniest incident that has ever happened in work or BNI?
You had a lot of fun times at socials most of the time, at least the ones socials that were out of Gujarat. And there was a lot of fun things happening. Some can't be spoken about, but you have to be there to experience that. So that's all I can say.
Okay, that is interesting. I definitely need to come down for the next social, I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that was like we people really wanted to know what you are as a person and what you look forward and being that funny side of yours, which we really wanted to know. So thank you.
Super. So I'm glad we were able to do this and thank you very much.
Friends, thank you for watching the first edition of Vyapaar Lok. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And if there is anybody else that you would like to listen to or know more about, do send in your recommendations and questions to me. Thank you.